want you to want. What I want you to want.
Or what feels like, what is that, 4, 5? So he's won 4 last season. I think this is his 4th win this season as well.
Very possibly. I would need to double check on the overlay, but that's something I can do, which is fine. One of the good things about having an overlay like this is it does it all for me, but let me just have a quick check while I'm waiting to move into the thing. So if I was to have a look at a player table, Ku did win 4, lost 1 last season. He's on 3-0 this season, so he's up 8-1 now, and is one of the top players in the STPL, so doing a great job.
So that's insane, and he comes out with another one today. So Red, of course, a very strong team. They're #1 for a reason, and they might actually go up even further in the standings with a win here today. Of course, for Storm, like you mentioned, they kind of need this win too. But yeah, let's check out our next upcoming matchup.
Yep, let's head on over to the overlay and let's have a look at who we're going to be seeing. Okay, so for Red this time we are going to have the one, the only Liquid Drone. Otherly isn't a word, but otherwise known as Eriador. That is his name in this tournament. He does play for Red as well as Liquid, not that Liquid actually play in any shape or form in Broodwar anymore, but he is a really cool guy, one of the nicest guys in the community you could ever meet. And he didn't play that many games. He did play 4 games last round, went 3 for 1, but he's actually 1 for 1 against his opponent's race, and he hasn't played so far in round 2, so this is going to be his first game here, and he's going to move on against Headmaster. Now, Headmaster is kind of a breakout player, I would say, for pSi. He didn't actually play last round, but he did get added to the roster for the beginning of this round, and so far he's 3 for 2 for his team, and is actually one of the highest winning players in round 2.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like you say that about basically every player for Red, but or for, I guess you were talking about Headmaster?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just glad I didn't get that backwards. I'm a little bit more interested, and by interested I mean biased towards his opponent, Eriador. This is, AKA Liquid Drone. This guy is about as old school as it gets. He is the grandfather of esports, some might say. Others might not. But anyway, he's been around for a billion years, but he still keeps up with the community. This is what we call the, what are some good examples? The anti-Asem, the anti-Husky StarCraft, the anti-Jinro, the guy that is big and sticks around. So lots of shout-outs to him. He is also a very key person in esports because he is one of a legendary group of StarCraft players who have beaten Chill in a tournament. So
that's a great stat to have.
Perhaps the only stat that matters, Kicks, but we get a chance to see if he can beat yet another helpless opponent here today in STPL.
Yep, and he's going to be looking to beat him on the plane map. It is Flight-Dreamliner, Twilight tile set, of course. One other thing I want to add to it is where it sort of spawned from, but either way, it was from the Korean Air 2010 OSL Season 2. shaped like a plane, very similar to the layout of Ride of the Valkyries, which was also shaped like a plane. But either way, should be a fun game here. Going to be a ZBP, of course. I didn't mention that before, but let's not waste any more time. Let's head on over to the game, and let's get started with our second game of the evening. It's Red Eriador versus pSi's Headmaster. And starting us off here in the 3 o'clock position is going to be the yellow Protoss playing for pSi. It's Headmaster.
Opponent starting off in the 6 o'clock location at the bottom of your screen. The purple is Red's Eriador, or Liquid Drone. I actually knew him as Drone for so long that calling him Eriador seems a little bit weird. Also because he just goes by Eri most of the time. But
yeah.
Anyway, I'll just go by Eriador because that's what it says on the screen. Hopefully that'll help keep everyone from being confused.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than a few weeks. Well, in round 1, he played. I don't know if you were casting with me, but he called himself Eriadorable, which is a nice name.
That's true. If I could fit the word adorable in my name, I would as well. So I really can't blame him there. But yeah, so this is a weird map. No matter how many times I cast games on here, it just always looks just a little bit different. It's close by air, very far by ground. You have to run all the way around. It's actually just a little bit insane, but shaped after a Boeing 747, kind of like the map Third World, which you might have seen in the most recent ASL. You start pretty isolated with a couple of bases, but you really do have to expand very far out on the map to get access to most of the resources on the map.
Yeah, there are some mineral-only thirds in the top right and bottom left-hand corner. Well, I guess it's like bottom middle. I know it's bottom left. On the tip of the wings, there are mineral-only bases, but you want to really be getting hold of that gas, whether or not you're Zerg or Protoss in ZBP. Gas is such an important resource. Now, interestingly, Headmaster's going for a 2-gate here. He wants to end this quickly, but is it going to work against someone like Eriador, who's got a lot of experience against this kind of build?
Yeah, one thing you can do is actually just reveal the entire map, and maybe that'll make it a little bit easier to kind of see what's going on here, especially for newer wacky maps. But regardless, you're right. This is a forward 2-gate, not like proxied or anything, but they are right up there at the front, as close as possible to the opponents. And so now this probe is going to go in here, and we'll see if he, maybe tips his hand a little bit by how aggressively he wants to play. Or by trying to damage drones. And okay, so he is damaging drones, and sometimes that can be a little bit of a heads up if he wants to damage a lot of them, because damaged drones, of course, take fewer hits for these incoming zealots to kill.
Yep, now it can be a little bit of a tell, but of course Eriador does have his overlord there already. The bases are very, very close together. So Eriador does know what's coming. Depending on how he plays this, it could be quite hard to hold on to this base, but he's getting ready with an extra hatchery to sort of help pull this off.
Yeah, this is going to be a good defense. I don't think it should be incredibly difficult to deal with, but I mean, Zealots can make really just anything happen. We still don't have any Zerglings. They're just now about halfway done, so pretty slow. You might actually lose a drone if he takes another hit. Wow. That's so tragic. Anytime you lose early drones, I mean, that is just absolutely terrible.
That was a nice drone drill.
That's a nice drone drill. Yeah, wow. And he's going to kill off the probe. Oh my god, it's too glitched. The workers are glitching the workers that are glitching the worker. Oh my god, it's terrible. But it finally goes down, and killing off the probe is a big deal, because of course that gives your Zerglings an extra hit to take.
Yeah, now the only trouble is, of course, there are now 3 Zealots. They are sat on top of the ramp. Nice targeting, though, by drone is going to take down one of those Zealots already. And Eriador is doing a great job here holding on.
Yeah, and bad targeting there by Headmaster. He actually didn't finish off killing the low health Zerglings. Now, the next 2 Zealots coming in are really what make this very powerful. When you can build up 4, or if you save your first one, 5, it's just really hard to get the concave off on those that you need. And he's actually going to block off the ramp once again. So he does have that top of the ramp, the high ground.
He's going to drone drill.
Managed, but yeah, the drone drill actually drills his own Zerglings and kind of glitches them out, but the Zealots do break their way into the main. Are they going to go down or wedge themselves behind the mineral line? If they're going for the mineral line, can they make it there? Trying to kill off the drones, and he gets another one. These early drones are just so important to take down. If he target fires or spam clicks, he gets another one. And so that is 3 drones, I believe, taken down by this 2-gate.
Yeah, but that's 3 drones for 5 zealots at the moment. Eriador's going to be feeling good about that. He has, Headmaster has another couple of zealots coming in, but there's just so many zerglings now that it actually makes it very dangerous to make this work. Now, Eriador throughout all of this hasn't got a single gas. He's going to have to move his Overlord very soon as well, because 2 cannons gonna kill that before he can really do anything, but looks like Eriador wants to go on the offensive here with these lings.
Yeah, it's a great decision. Honestly, you can actually wedge your zealots a couple of places and maybe take a few of these out, but the 2 cannons, regardless, are really going to be a super hardcore defense here. I'm glad he did go for 2, just in case it was like a ling flood all in off the back of this. It's not, but if it were, then he would just be totally rock solid. He's got a bunch of zealots, so those are pretty good against zerglings too.
Yeah, and they're in a very good position. They're up against the wall. That zealot in the middle of the gateway is obviously only 1 zergling will ever hit that at one time, and that zealot's going to be in absolute heaven, just mowing those zerglings down. Now we finally do have some gas coming in for Eriador. He is droning up, so as you said, it's not going to be an all-in behind this. But he will have to start to look to take a 3rd base at some point, and maybe look to tech into sort of Hydralisk or something. He can't stay on lings for too long.
I'm just waiting for the next big move. We haven't really seen a whole lot. It feels a little bit weird, this game. I don't know if it feels this way to you, Kix, but anytime there's some crazy early aggression, both players are just desperately trying to, win the egg and spoon race and hold. Everything gets set a little bit far behind. So, we're about 6 minutes in, and it feels like we're maybe 2 minutes in because the builds are just so stunted.
Oh, the probe going down, but it does scout those extra lings, so he knows not to be complacent. He's going to have to make sure he stays on the defensive. Now back home, he is adding up to a Citadel first, so he's not going to go for Corsairs here early on. And he's maybe going to look to try and do some DT damage. And I mean, due to the fact he does know where most of Eriador's Overlords are, he might be able to make something happen with this.
Yeah, there's a Hydra Den and Lair on the way, so these are going to be crazy upgraded Hydras, and with only still 2 cannons at the front and no scout in the Zerg base, there's no information here for Headmaster. He has no idea what's coming his way.
Yeah, now we do have Eriador moving in his Overlord here. He is going to see that it's going to be a Citadel, I don't think. As far as I'm aware, I've never been able to tell that you can tell that that's upgrading anything, but without a Templar Archives here, he's going to know it is going to be for leg speed. There is, of course, 2 gates that have been pumping Zealots from the beginning of the game. And they're going to be upgraded, they're going to be powerful as well. +1 Zealots, of course, very strong against Lings. And this is when Eriador needs to start to look to add some more defenses on, just to make sure he can weather the storm.
Strong against Lings, and in great numbers, they run over Hydras. But the problem is that he doesn't actually know what to expect behind this. He has not seen any of the tech, if I'm not mistaken. He also does not have the air for the Corsairs, and it's just doing this blind. Now, I mean, +1 Zealots can just kill a whole lot, so even if this were mutas, they would take a long time to kill them. But that would be a super hard counter that he doesn't know if he's going into or not.
Yeah, he's completely blind. I think this is going to be like a 4-gate Zealot all-in. I mean, he is going to add a second Assimilator now, but that's very late.
Okay, alright. I mean, it's going to be going up against Lurkers, and you know what's really good against Zealots, Kix?
I'm not sure it is going to be Lurkers. He's not got the Lurker aspect yet, as far as I can tell, so...
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's got the Hydralisk upgrades first, but...
God damn it, I always mess up those icons. I'm super dumb. Alright, yeah, so no Lurkers. I was really hoping he was going to go Lurkers. This is how much I hate playing against Protoss players, by the way. But yeah, no Lurkers. That was a bad call by me, but the upgrades are going to kick in eventually. But will they kick in time? This is the big explosion, right? It's 4 gates, pumping Zealots. They're +1 speed upgraded. Well, I guess they're not +1 yet, but they will be by the time they hit the base.
I don't think they will, interestingly enough. He's pushing it a little bit too early, but has he made a mistake by pushing too quickly? That's a very nice wall by Eriador at the front. And even with this many Zealots, they still don't have their +1 upgrade. This could be quite hard to break.
Yeah, this is an anti-timing. It's hitting right before the +1 is about to finish. It's going to be done in 3, 2, 1. That was a wishful thinking kind of countdown, but yeah, okay, now finally it's done. Now these Zealots are going to deal precisely 1 billion more damage. but they're going down so quickly because the upgrades for Hydras are also done. It's not damage, but it is range, and so that lets them be safer while they fire. And with the drones coming through to glitch out the Zealots, this is held.
Yeah, it is. Only one drone went down in all of that as well, so that was a great hold by Eriador, and this is where the problem comes in for Headmaster. This is why that's counted as an all-in. He doesn't have any additional tech behind this. He's got no Storm. I mean, oh wait, he does. He's got Templar Archive. Storm isn't done. I just missed that, but still. Without Storm, it's only about halfway done. Eriador has got a lot of Hydralists now. The shoe is truly on the other foot.
Yeah, but he only has 2 Templars, so even if he holds on until Storm's done, he's only going to have 2 Storms, and there's no more Templar because he's just building gateways. He does have one queued up along with 2 Zealots, so he's just floating a whole lot of money here because he has to basically remake his entire army. He's trying to front with 1 Zealot up there at the front, but realistically, the Eriador hesitating here is giving Headmaster time for this Storm to finish.
Yeah, not only that, he's also, well, I'd say he's given him time to build more cannons, but he doesn't seem to want to add any more. He's going to try and hold on with just that Storm. The cannons finally going up. He is going to scout the 3rd base coming in from Eriador, but this is just a lot of damage coming down on him.
These cannons are so late. I mean, he really does need to kill those, or to build more. This is not necessarily an all-in, but you definitely do need to make sure it doesn't kill you because it absolutely can. Especially when you don't know how many Hydras are out there.
Yeah, and the thing is, Eriador's doing a really great job. He's keeping the vision low from Headmaster. He is chasing down a probe right now, but Headmaster doesn't know how many Hydras are pushing into him right now. He's not sure when or where to use his Storms. Now, he does have 4 Storms available for him now, so that's going to be a bit of a benefit for him. But it looks like Eriador's just going to go into Lurkers and set up a Contain.
Yeah, the Lurker Contain, we saw perhaps one of the most devastating examples of this in I think KSL a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I guess it was. But it's just so hard for Protoss to get out of, especially when they're this far behind on tech, and he's also this far behind on numbers of High Templars as well. So he's gonna try to run out here. He does see the Lurkers around there, but he's too hesitant and he pulls back.
Oh, the High Templar on the high ground, though, could get a really juicy Storm in this very small path, but it looks like, oh, it's going to be a big drop.
Oh, it is indeed a pretty doomed drop coming in. He's able to just load up so many Overlords, 7 in fact, full of Lurkers and Hydras. They have speed, and they're running right into the back of the Headmaster's base.
Oh, there's a Lurker in the natural mineral line with a couple of Hydras as well. That's going to kill so many probes. Looks like he's not targeting properly, but here we go. The main attack is in the main. A nice Storm does go down to try and hold on to this. But there's so many Hydras in the main, so many Lurkers as well. And Headmaster's own buildings working against him, creating funnels for those Lurkers to attack stuff through.
He misstorms one of the Hydras, or one of the Lurkers. He actually storms a dead Lurker after it had died, but wow, that's really bad. So even though he didn't have any detection, he was actually able to take out all of those Lurkers. That's actually really, really impressive. Wow, he actually holds this. That's insane.
Yeah, he has held it for now, but he's taken a decent amount of damage. His army count has been reset again. And because his last Storm was just used, he's got nothing to see the Lurker. Oh, there we go. He's got another Storm, but he can't kill it. Oh, yes, he can.
I don't know if he's going to be able to kill this egg either, but I think he has enough damage there so the Lurker, when it pops, should just die instantly.
Yeah, he just needs to make sure he needs to make sure he doesn't Storm that. But there we go. He kills the egg at the last possible second, so that Lurker doesn't go down. But another drop's coming in.
Yeah, there wasn't actually an animation for that egg cancel, but yeah, here's drop number 2, and this time there's no High Templar, or now there's no High Templar, there's no Storm, there's a Dragoon kicks.
Yeah, I think he built that to try and clear the Overlords out, but I don't think he realized they picked up more units, and this is just going to be so much damage. He's trying to add a cannon in his main, trying to do what he can, but great micro by Eriador, even turning the almost dead Hydralists into Lurkers at the last second as well. But somehow...
I'd like to take this opportunity to give a shout out to +1 Zealots, or these are actually +2 Zealots. Those things, like 2-shot Hydras, is it actually 2-shot? I think it is. It's 2 or 3, but it's insane. They just walk over them, and so for the second time, The Doom Drop fails.
Yeah, Headmaster's held again, and he's not in a terrible position either. Like, he's
and
actually...
he built detection in his natural and main, so lurkers are not going to be as cheesily good as possible. So, I mean, wow, that's just insane.
Yeah.
Headmaster with a godlike hold.
Drone doesn't have any drones at his natural, his third base even. This was a...
Yeah.
It wasn't an all-in attack, but he was hedging his bets on that, and it didn't work. Now, Headmaster's got time. He's going to be able to add some more cannons on. And it looks like we're going to have Eriador trying to go for another attack here, but I would put... I mean, Eriador's, like, obviously even in supply, but we're going to have Headmaster sitting in a defensive position. He's got a lot of Dragoons now, interestingly enough. And while the Doom Drop isn't going to work... Oh, actually, we're going to have another big drop coming in, or is this going to be a fake? It looks like it's a fake coming into the main.
Oh, you. Okay.
Oh, no, he's just going to spread his overlords out.
Alright. If he faked and then tried to run in, I mean, that is just, like... Those are the people your parents told you not to hang out with as a kid. Like,
oh.
They're just the worst.
Headmaster just tried to hide a base in the 12 o'clock position. Does get caught out though. Eriador not going to fall for that. I mean, Headmaster is obviously going to need to expand soon, but he did take his Nexus very, very late as natural. Oh, but Headmaster, you need to be careful. You can't overextend. You're in a good position, but you could easily throw this by throwing away your army.
Uh-oh. I mean, how good are the storms? That's my question. He's also putting his observers far forward. He needs to protect those. Getting a High Templar picked off, another one that's actually very low. Does he get the storm off? No, wow, that's 2 High Templar pickoffs by just massive groups of Hydras.
Yeah, and he's not storming. He doesn't have the energy. Finally he does. But I mean, that was a okay trade, I guess, for Headmaster, but he lost a lot of Dragoons. He lost a lot of supply as well.
Well, it's High Templar. That was the big loss. He lost, I think, 2 or 3. So those are, I mean, not just units, they're storms, and that's basically how you deal with this comp for Eriador, but he just has such a stunted army supply. Like, he's got a bunch back at home, but he should have way more if he hadn't
this could be a
thrown
mistake.
so much away.
A nice storm does go down on top of the Lurker, but these Hydralisks on top of the Dragoons. And this is pretty much all of Headmaster's army. This could be a big, big mistake.
Oh, and the storm is not even actually that great. He runs forward, he loses everything, and wow, yeah, Headmaster, he moved out. I don't really know why he felt like he needed to. He's mining out in his main, but realistically, so is his opponent. I mean, that's a pretty big struggle. He only has 1 High Templar. He kills 1 Hydra with a storm, and that's just tragic to see. Or he actually has more High Templar, but he only had 1 with a storm there.
That's money though. That's free energy for a unit, but still that's
free real estate.
It is. That's not the storm he was looking forward to. Now, I did see that we do have a Queen's Nest back here for Eriador. Now, I know Eriador does like his queens, but I think in this case, because he feels like he's a little bit further behind, he's going to need to play this straight up. So, and I say that, and he starts getting in snare. So, we're going to have some queens coming in here for Eriador. Back to his hijinks. And he is going to take a 4th base at the mineral only for some reason.
I don't know how that helps him. I mean, yeah, he gets minerals, but he's also... I mean, it's going to go down here. There's nothing he can do to protect this. If he moves out to try to save that base, he's just going to lose his entire army. So he will move out because he knows he has to save it. But, I mean, yeah, he's just... I mean, maybe this is a little bit of a free units here for Eriador because he will lose all these Hydras. But he should ideally come in here to pincer this. I guess he's not going to. Oh, yeah. Lurk Egg on the ramp. That's cute. Oh, wait, does it not die? Wow, the sneakiest Hydra of them all.
Oh, and the Hydra's going to see the probe go back out there to try and expand. Now, Headmaster's playing very, very aggressively. He's got +2 attack. +3 should be on the way. It's very nearly finished. So Headmaster's moving out yet another anti-timing. But he has managed to secure the area above his 3rd base, and this is what he needs to do. He's going to have to expand soon, but the trouble is, with Eriador going for queens, it's going to be energy versus energy, and we're going to see a lot of broodlings going down on these High Templar, and he doesn't have that many.
Yeah, they are really just at a premium. You do have to be very good storms, but I mean, Eriador isn't hitting with his entire army. It's like it's a little bit scattered. But I mean, Headmaster is running out of money realistically. He desperately needs to get this base up in the upper right-hand corner. It is a mineral only, so it's just going to be a real premium. Oh no, he actually ensnares Is this like some cadenzi build? Just trying to go for ensnare Hydra. I did
Wow.
not see that coming, but it's really only effective if you ensnare like the big clump of zealots at the front. That was not the greatest ensnare there. A couple dragoons are gonna be steering a little slower, but you should have a few more. And,
Oh, that's
there's
the
the
money
money
one.
ensnare. Whoa, okay.
Oh,
All right.
that's
Well,
the
now these
entire
zealots
army.
are basically useless.
Yeah, but the thing is, Headmaster has the high ground, and with Sin, Return of the Sith, or Revenge of the Sith, or whatever it was called, when you
Oh
have the high
no! I mean,
ground,
Headmaster needs to pull back right now. These
I, I'm
ensnare zealots do nothing.
yeah, I'm genuinely surprised Eriador isn't moving in on this, and finally we see it. Now we have a lot of storms here, so he has to be careful. But
Wow, he actually waited out the ensnare. That's actually pretty impressive. I definitely thought it lasted longer than that, but running into a bunch of Sunkens and Lurkers with no, with only one observer, if that gets sniped, it's a rough deal.
Nice
he also
storm.
has units positioned for the flank behind it, but they're not moving in just yet. Big storms, oh my god, these are actually so sick.
A huge storm, another one as well, but here we go, Broodling on the High Templar. But this is still a lot of Dragoons.
Yeah, Headmaster's actually winning this. Those storms were insane.
Yep, he's got +3 attack now against the, I believe it's, well, I can't even check, 2-1. But the Queens are going to go down, and Headmaster, oh, finally he's going to lose these Dragoons. They can't run away, they've been ensnared. That one Lone Ranger going to try and get away, and because of the weird pathing, he's actually going to do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not going to be an army behind this. There are a few Dragoons, but, I mean, you kind of need gas to make those units, and there basically isn't any. He's got 500 left in his main. He has, okay, 1k at the natural, so he actually does have a little bit of gas coming in, but it's not going to last for very much longer.
Yeah, and it looks like Eriador is going to push up this top ramp once again. Headmaster's not in a position to be able to defend this, and I mean, Eriador just adding more and more units in. And just making it really, really difficult for Headmaster. He's suffocating him out.
Yep, this is a chokehold. Now, this is a narrow ramp, so the mineral only, if you do take it, is actually not the hardest base to hold because your opponent has to funnel all their units down here. So cannons and this Dragoon Archon positioning is going to hold that third base for now. And man, tell me who's ahead here, Kix. I think it's one player, and then Headmaster either has godlike holds against 2 Dune drops in his main. He makes a push work somehow. I don't know what's going on here, but this is actually turning into a really sick game.
Yeah, I mean, Eriador is certainly ahead. He's going into Spire now as well, just to really put the pressure on. It's probably going to be 4 Guardians. It looks like he's going to take the island base in the bottom right. He's going to take the... Well, I guess this isn't really the tail end of the plane anymore. That's all the way up here, but still, he's going to take that bottom right island base. There's nothing Headmaster can do to contest it, and here we go. It looks like Eriador's scared to engage this army, and it's like Headmaster has this aura that's like, I've got a big army, run away, and he just doesn't. This army should be run over by what Eriador has, I think.
Yeah, no, I would absolutely
the Queens!
not fight this.
The Queens are going to get hit by the Archon!
Wait, what? Oh no, that would be terrible if he lost those Queens. That's heartbreaking. That being said, they do have a ton of HP, and he's going to spawn Broodling all of these High Templar. Or he should be able to.
Yeah, he gets one of them
correctly.
Yeah, it's really hard to micro Queens. Unlike the Archons, they can't do anything. But here we go. This is just too much. Oh, the storms! The storms are going to be huge. A huge number of Hydralisks going down.
Holy shnikes! That's I hope you guys were watching the supply right there because that was insane. Unfortunately, once again, Headmaster way too far out on the map, and now he's going to lose everything, including all of his detection.
Yeah, now Eriador, because of that engagement, hasn't managed to take the hatchery in the bottom right yet. So the advantage he could have got from that is not there. I know we do have a couple of High Templars trying to run away. A nice Hail Mary storm gonna go down. Gonna see if he can get an Archon up. Now, can these Dragoons get here to defend this in time? It doesn't look like it. No, just about doesn't manage that. But Eriador's going to take a 5th base here. Going to take that bottom right eventually. But Headmaster's got a Nexus in the 12 or in the 1 o'clock now. And if he can get some cannons up there, that's the gas he needs.
Armor on the way. I really want to see Dark Templar come out here for Headmaster. right now as the Protoss, you're a little bit stuck back in your own bases. You're actually trying desperately to get this, I guess, 1 o'clock base up here, but you need some way to get out on the map and start harassing your Zerg opponent. So DTs are a great way to do that. If you could sneak one up top, then there'd be lots of great opportunities there. He has Queens actually used this for scouting, positioned all the way across the map, trying to find some rogue High Templars and take them down.
Yeah, now he does have mutants now. This is going to be for Guardians. He's going to morph them interestingly in the middle of the map. Now, I have seen games before where this has been a problem, but there isn't that much that can actually shoot up. So, I mean, Headmaster's moving out on the middle of the map, playing very, very bold once again. And
oh, turn back around. Here come the Queen. Spawn Broodling 1 and 2 and 3, and this is just going to be a massacre. No storms for you, my friend.
Yep, no storms.
Okay, he gets a couple. Wow, these are the worst storms. Okay, that one's actually really good.
Yeah.
Is he still going to really be able to turn this around? I mean, these Zealots are actually, they're 3-2 Zealots kicks.
Against 3-1 Hydralisk, but still, I mean, Protoss Army's late game trade very, very well.
Oh my god, he killed all the Queens. He one-shot them with the Archon.
Yeah, that was crazy. 6 kills on that. Now, he does have that Archon parasited, so he should probably keep that away from his army, but he needs every single unit, and here's the Guardians. What does he realistically have? He's got a Storm. Is it going to be enough? He needs a Storms for the Hydralisks. I mean, 3-2 Zealots do a very good job against Hydras, but still, he's running out of stuff to shoot up. He's running out of stuff to hit on the ground. And oh, the High Templars 1 energy away.
Oh, he gets the energy off. Wow, he actually might... Oh, man. Almost kills another Guardian. There's 5 Guardians left. He did kill quite a few. The Zealots, because they're fast, will be able to run back home. There are cannons here, but those will be sieged down by the Guardians. These are new High Templar that are spawning, and so these Guardians are going to make the tour de force up towards that 1 o'clock base and take it out.
Yeah, now we do know how crazy... There we go, the cannons actually attacking the Guardians. The Guardians do outrange cannons, but due to the AI, they run into them fairly often. Same thing happens with turrets as well and spore colonies, but it's not often you see spore colonies against Guardians.
Yeah, that is definitely a not common occurrence. Actually,
wow,
oh,
Lurkers!
He's gonna kill the Guardians with Storm.
Apart from that one, he has nothing
okay,
that can shoot up now, and the Lurkers in the back gonna block everything from moving over there. And here we go, and Mutinous coming in.
Yeah, so this is realistically just going to be GG. There is actually no army. Fighting with 65 versus 121 supply. This is Eriador finally using his ability to make large numbers of Hydralisks to win the game.
Yeah, it's taken him a long time. He's actually had a hard time breaking through Headmaster. And Headmaster's certainly shown that his PvZ is someone to worry about, because here we go, GG! And Eriador is going to take our second game in Red versus pSi.
GG, wow, yeah, that was actually really back and forth. Headmaster, man, this guy, I would never push out at the times he pushed out, but he actually made it work pretty well for the most part. Got himself definitely back in that game, but in the end, I mean, Eriador just had a billion bases and way more income. And the tech switches were actually really, really good. I liked the Queens. Those the GAC worked out really well. He also had some cool parasites that let him see where the army was. Ultimately, the Queens, I don't think really did what they were designed to. Sniping the High Templar was really key and really crucial, but the storms from Headmaster were so sick. But it was still a really back and forth cool game.
It was. That could be one of the best games we've had in the STPL in terms of like crazy back and forth action. Like, to think that started with a two gate all in, and then like a 4 gate all in, and then we went to that. Like, that's crazy. But still, that was a great game.